So, welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on that 3-1 defeat against Plymouth Argyle. And as you can tell by the tone of my voice, I am not happy and I'm just fed up. We are 7 games into this championship season and I still don't know what our style of play is or what we're actually trying to do. We've got a manager, in my opinion, who's tactically does not have any understanding. And I never thought I would say that about him because I thought he actually did have some brains. But everyone who's watching that game could clearly see something needed to change, something different needed to happen, formation needed to change. And yet we didn't do anything. We did nothing. When I saw the starting 11, I was of course disappointed that Morris wasn't in it, but then finding out he had an injury, okay, understandable, you just deal with what you've got. Tom Krause coming in, fine. First, I say 5 minutes, we were pressing Plymouth quite well. We were just trying to force them into making mistakes. We're doing everything fine. However, Tom Krause, a player who I think defensively is his strengths, was running around like a headless chicken in a 2-man midfield, which you can't do. If you've got a 2-man midfield, you have to be very disciplined. You've got to at least remain in your position, not run around, because what ends up happening is it leaves so much space in behind and teams are easily able to counter-attack you. The tactics which Plymouth Argyle did today were absolutely spot on. And people say Wayne Rooney's tactically clueless. He isn't tactically clueless at all. He actually knows what he's doing. He does know what he's doing. You know, people just judge him from what he's done previously. He hasn't been doing that bad of a job at Plymouth. You know, people got to understand and have expectations that Plymouth, their quality of players, are not as good as compared to other championship teams. But if he can get them working 110%, get them winning battles in and around the pitch, second battles, third battles, and being very clinical in front of goal, you are going to win games of football. And that's what Plymouth did today. They wanted it more. They got in behind so easily through their counter-attacks, especially during the first half. It could have been easily 3 or 4-0 up at half-time for Plymouth. Elijah Adebayo was extremely poor. I'm surprised it took that long for him to come off the pitch. But at the same time, he's isolated up top on his own. He's got no support. He's got no help. It's pointless playing a player like Zach Nelson, in my opinion. And I feel sorry for him because he's a young lad. He's learning his trade. But it's pointless playing him in that system because it just doesn't work for Luton. It really doesn't work. The 3 centre-backs just don't work, and what we're trying to do, it just doesn't. We now got 2 centre-halves injured, which is fantastic. Chong got a head injury at half-time. Don't know what happened there. But we're still going to play this 3 at the back system because he won't change. He won't. He's too stubborn to change. And that's coming from me. I'm a very stubborn young man. But I still would make changes when it helps the team win. I don't get it. I really don't get it. The 3 at the back, it just doesn't work. He won't change it in an injury crisis, especially last season in the Premier League, and he's refusing to change it when we need to win a game of football. For me, our squad's very adaptable to change to multiple systems. Right now, are the players underperforming? Of course they are. However, I feel like the system's making them underperform. I feel like we do have a good squad, a squad that's capable of competing, but they're not going to compete because the system is not, it just doesn't work. It just does not work. They cannot tell me that works. It really can't. I'm just so disappointed. Plymouth did everything right. The first goal was easily avoidable. Clark, Burke, I don't know what you're doing. The ball just goes past you as Plymouth were attacking. And then it was a fantastic finish. But then again, Plymouth, like I said, at half-time, they could have been 3 or 4-0 up. It was that easy for them. We missed some chances. Adebayo got through on goal in the first half, and if he took the shot early or had a bit of confidence, he probably would have got a goal or he would have created a good opportunity, but Plymouth defended quite well. That's what happens when you've got a striker who's just out of form and got no confidence. Another opportunity when Adebayo won the flick on, Chong got in behind, but his first touch was appalling. If he gets that first touch right and gets the ball go forward, he can get a shot away, and that could have became a goal. The amount of corners, the amount of set pieces we had in that first half didn't look like scoring. It always has to be Alfie. It's getting frustrating. Why does it always have to be Alfie taking set pieces? Why? Why are other players in our team incapable of taking a corner, a free kick? It slows the game down as well, because if he goes from one end of the pitch to the other, we're trying to build momentum here, and we've got to wait for our only player who can take a corner to run to the other end of the pitch. It's frustrating, especially in the second half. And then talk about the second half. It was just a repeat of the first. We had to wait until they went 2-0 up to show that we actually can attack. We can't keep going 2-0 down every game. We can't keep doing it. It's just frustrating. And then the second goal comes from Plymouth counter-attacking. It was a 4v3 situation because we didn't do our attack properly in our attacking half. We lose the ball, and it's just, look, like I said, the space in the midfield, they just countered, and it was just easy for them. We obviously kept the same formation, put Victor Moses on, played him right wing back, which I think is a disgrace, because yes, okay, he can play there, but is it his strengths? No. He's a right winger, play him as a right winger. We didn't really do that. And he had a massive impact, took his goal extremely well. A cross did come in from the left hand side. I'm literally reading the stats right now. We had 43% possession in this game. Plymouth had 57. They had 19 shots. They had 6 on target. We had 16 and only had 2 on target. Elijah in the second half also had a header. Should have hit the target. Should have done better. It was overall pathetic performance. If that performance happens against Oxford midweek, fans are going to turn. And I've already seen social media. Fans are already turning. Fans are not happy whatsoever with this. It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. I'm watching the first goal back now as Sky are showing us the goals. A ball's played down on the left hand side, played into the middle, and it's just ball watched. Easy finish, like I've just said previously. I don't know what Burke and Clark are doing. Clark's been poor since the start of the season. He needs to be dropped. I think a few players need to be dropped for Tuesday. But then again, we're going to play the same formation, the same system. So I don't know what to expect, because it's not good enough. It's not good enough whatsoever. Biggest mistake for Luton this year has been giving Rob Edwards a new contract. It's the biggest mistake. We should have not done it. We should have waited. Should have waited until December. Should have waited to see how this season would have gone. If it started off extremely well and we were winning games of football, then yeah, by all means, give him a new contract. But no, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. He comes out in the summer, says, I want to be more vocal. No, I want to be more vocal. I want to be a lot more braver. I want to dictate the play a lot more. Last season, I saw exciting football. The problem last season was we were conceding too many goals because we had an injury crisis at the back. We weren't able to have a consistent backline, but we were scoring goals. We were exciting going forward. This season, we're not exciting. We're far from it. We're miles away from it. The team that won promotion out of the Championship, it's nowhere near this. The identity is going. It really is, and it worries me massively. When teams get relegated from the Premier League, 2 things happen. Half their squad goes, or their manager goes. We kept our manager, and we kept majority of our players. So it's not looking good. And teams, when they bounce back up, they get rid of the manager or they get rid of some players. We haven't really done any. I really don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. Oxford are no mugs. They're not mugs. You know, they've performed really well this season. Like Plymouth, like they're going to give it 110%. We're not going to be able to walk through them. But I don't see us getting a result at Oxford. I don't see us winning games of football until this system and formation changes. He needs to stop being stubborn, accept what he wants to do with this team just doesn't work. He doesn't have the players for it. What he's trying to build, it just simply doesn't work. He needs to go back to what he knows, back to what won us promotion. I think a 3-man midfield needs to happen and go from there. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just getting frustrated now. But those are my thoughts. I'm furious. Absolutely I'm just fuming. Plymouth, you can't take nothing away from them. Absolutely excellent from them. They should be absolutely delighted. In fact, if I was walking away from Plymouth Stadium, I'd be asking how the hell we didn't score 5. But that's just me. But yeah, see you guys in tomorrow's video when I try and break this down. I'm done. I really am.